Hello there everyone, my name is Melissa Furness and I am a visual artist and professor here to teach you some real-world drawing skills. As we know, drawing is a central and pivotal activity for pretty much all types of artists and designers. And those of you that are seeking to make a career in the arts are likely taking this course for college credit. But keep in mind, I also really welcome those of you that are just interested in art and want to learn how to draw better, because really drawing and visualization can be applied to so many professional fields as well as to your daily life. Drawing really is the basis of all that artists do, and it can be used in a lot of different ways. So for example, you can use it to brainstorm ideas, no matter what area you're involved in. You can use it as a way to really observe and meditate on your environment. Drawing can help you develop a composition, and also is really, could be just a means of slowing down and relaxing and enjoying the space and time that you spend in a certain location, among a lot of different other things. So I'm here to chat with you a bit about the way that I teach so you can be prepared for how things are going to work. So ordinarily I teach, the course, a single class during a semester's amount of time, which is about 4 months. However, those of you that may not be taking the course for college credit can join me here in the process at your own pace as I post different discussion topics and demonstrations weekly over the course of these 4 months. And those of you that take the course can always return later, maybe you want to review a process or utilize it in your own work. A lot of what I've seen out there online regarding drawing how-tos or other videos, is what I might call kind of like a coloring in sort of way of drawing, which, basically does what a coloring book does. You know that there are these outlines drawn and then you fill in parts of the image piece by piece. So this can work up to a point, but is really a very shallow approach to drawing and results in a flat and almost cartoony looking image. This is not the way to truly learn how to observe what you see and draw consistently with skill. A drawing should be built in layers, emerging from active loose marks across the whole piece and the entire paper and composition of the work, and then working into greater amounts of detail over time, and then into developing value and color. My way of teaching is through active doing. So as you see me demonstrate the process, don't just watch, work with me. Join me in trying it out in real time. So watch a little of the demonstration to get started, then pause the video and start with the first step of the process on your own. Take a photo of the process of your work, then watch some more of the video, pause it and continue the process until you get about 60% of the way through. Photograph the process again. Then watch the video to the end and use the same process to finish your work and piece and take a final photograph of the work as well as your subject matter, what you're drawing. This process is super important. So I am looking for you to show that you've tried out the processes that I'm demonstrating in each video. And this is, for those of you taking the course, the main aspect of your grade. So no process photos means a much lower grade. Keep that in mind. And those of you that aren't necessarily worried about earning a grade, who are joining us just on your own time, remember the importance of process and trying it out as it's presented, and you'll become a much better drawer over time, I promise. I will be teaching you how to draw in real time, how to draw images of physical real things in front of you, not just how to copy a photograph. So there are many devices that you already probably know about that are just meant to help you copy a flat and still image. So what you won't see me do is use a grid or copy photographs. These only produce a very stiff and flat looking result. Yes, you might, get them to look slick in a certain type of way that you might like, that you've seen before on social media, and you like that kind of look. But, what if you want to draw a dimensional thing in front of you? What if you're on site and you're quickly documenting something in front of you? What if you're traveling the world, which I love to do? What if you want to document that experience through drawing it? So if you compare those copycat methods with the drawing from life and building work up as a whole that I will show you with this course, you'll see, a really significant difference in the ways that the drawings look and feel. So drawing is not just copying someone or something else. That's just mimicking. Drawing really should be a creative individual activity. That's what I'm here to show you. not teach you how to copy me. I want you to have your own voice as an artist. I want you to have your own sort of creative way of producing something. And I'm going to offer you these tools that you can use to take that and make it your own. But the important thing is to be patient with yourself. You know, you're learning. I understand you're a beginner. Also, you know, have no fear. Dive in and try it out. You're at home. No one is judging you. Embrace your mistakes and let's have some fun. And sometimes I'm kind of silly and I like to tell jokes. I'm from Iowa. Not a joke, but here's one. Why are farmers so good at drawing circles? Got a guess? Because they are protractors. Haha. So I'm going to show you a few images of student work while I explain a few more details about the course, and then we'll dive into taking a look at our materials that we need to get started. This course is structured so that each week of instruction builds off of one another to the next level of learning. We begin working to develop eye-hand coordination and sensitivity with line, to learning how to sight and easily measure proportion and scale, then on to considerations of composition, shape, and texture. We will then focus on important aspects of creating a sense of form and value, and then to working through important layered processes of producing a fully developed drawing. The final section of the course will be dedicated to different approaches to drawing: experimental, spatial, and figural. To complete the course across 4 months, you will need to plan your schedule accordingly. To successfully work through this course, you should set aside 6 to 8 hours per week for coursework. It is best to break up this time a little, split between 2 or 3 different days each week. You are to begin each week by watching a few videos that introduce biweekly topics and demonstrate the set of drawings that you are to complete for each topic. For each of the 8 course modules, the first week will include an informational lecture and 1 or 2 drawing demonstrations, with the second week including additional demonstrations. Students can expect to produce at least 2 drawings per week. There will be some exceptions to this with faster or slower drawings. You will be expected to document the process of each drawing that you produce through photographs. One with the piece 25% of the way completed, a second when the drawing is about 60% complete, and the third with the entirely finished piece. You will also need to photograph the subject that you are drawing from and submit this image. So this course is focused on learning the process of drawing, with your grade for the course focused mainly on these process steps. The effort that you put into trying out the processes and materials demonstrated through your own drawings is most important. So these drawings are to be completed and turned in bi-weekly. There are also discussion boards, so students are required to participate in bi-weekly discussion boards, and each week, I'll be introducing a discussion prompt with each student required to respond to as a portion of their grade for their course. Sometimes, you'll be asked to respond to others to form a dialogue. And so with these, students will be required to respond to at least 4 of your fellow students' posts with at least 2 sentences of response each. Those of you that may not be taking the course for a grade, I invite you to, form a discussion, below the videos online as well. So we can all have kind of a larger discussion along with that. With those taking the course, there's also lectures and quizzes. There's different topics that are produced and introduced bi-weekly. So anyone will see, the lecture online, but students in the class will be taking a quiz over some of that information. Very short quizzes, but just so I know you're getting some of the terms, absorbing some of the information. So you should watch that lecture video and take notes in order to get that information, down, and then take that short quiz online. So here's some stuff. I created an Amazon list for you. So if you're taking my class for credit or even on your own, we can all purchase these materials and be able to utilize the processes I'm demonstrating using the same kind of stuff. So on the list are a number of different things. So you have a drawing pad down here. Sorry, that's down below. It's my box that I just got in the mail. I guess we can call this an unboxing video. So here's my drawing pad. We're going to be working with 12 by 18 inches. There's also newsprint, which is different. So this needs at least 24 sheets. keep in mind that, we'll be doing a lot of drawings this semester, so we will basically be using every single one of those 24 sheets. And then the newsprint we'll use for kind of quicker, fast drawings like gesture drawings. And then we have some colored pencils and also a Prismacolored pencil set, which is what this is down here. This is going to have your different grades of pencils, which I will, explain later as well. Let's see, compressed charcoal, that's what this is down here, compressed charcoal. And then there's Conte crayon, this box here. And then you can see here in this box I have paintbrushes as well as blending stumps. If you haven't used those before, that's what these look like. There's some variety of styles, of sizes. And then this is India ink. So some of the stuff I have is a little bit different size. Like this is gesso. I use a lot of it, so I got a big bucket, but I did have you get a smaller size of that. I have extra erasers, some larger brushes, X-Acto craft knife and blades, and this is acrylic medium also on your list. And I have, a couple of kind of art pens. I think I just put one on your list, so it just depends on what you have. Feel free to add in some things you might already have. A ruler here, and then gouache. So I like Holbein gouache. I did not put that necessarily on your list because it is a little bit pricey, but I love the pigment quality of the Holbein gouache. And then here we have, a palette that I can use, and underneath is a board. So mine is a drawing board. You can also just use a straight board, which is what I had you order, and then masking tape. So those two things are going to be super important in order to create, your drawing on a hard surface since you're doing it at home. So I think that's almost everything that we need. You just soap and, to clean your hands, and some collage materials like old magazines, things like that. And then I think we are good to go. I'm excited.